seems a little easier. And so clearly this is going to be a very small number because, well, it just is. Find the amount at compound interest of £357 10 pence. I don't know what that is. Yes, very good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever time it is where you are. Welcome to today's Math Minute. It's been a while since we've done a Math Minute, but here we are, beginning of the new school year, and so I wanted to get into a few math problems. Saw something today that I thought was interesting, and so that's why I'm here recording this. Shane, Scary Biscuits, says 1913 maths entrance exam for my old secondary school, I definitely would have failed. And so I want to see, would we also fail this apparently, I don't know, difficult examination from 1913? One thing to say here for sure is that if we can use a computer or a calculator, this is a very simple exam. There's nothing particularly difficult about it. Well, so read these questions. Number 2, 16 men and 10 boys reap 15 3/4 acres in 12 days of 10 hours each. How many acres would 33 men reap in 63 days of 7.5 hours each if 3 men reap as much as 5 boys? Okay, rate problem ultimately, but lots of stuff going on there. 4 and 5 are both about interest. At what rate percent would 350 pounds amount to 427 pounds in 4 years? Again, if we're using a computer and we have a formula memorized, not difficult at all, but if we're doing this by hand, you can imagine it might take a while. Find the amount at compound interest of 357 pound 10 pence. I don't know what that is. For 2.5 years at 4% per annum. I know that means per year. Find by practice the cost of 157 gallons, 2 quarts, 1 pint at 18 shingles. I don't know. 10.5 dimes, shillings, not shingles, per gallon. What is the cost of 76 meters, 48 centimeters at 1 franc 5 cents per meter? And then 8, graph. Plot the following pairs of points and draw the lines connecting them. 3, -4, 0, 6, 4, -3, 4, -5. Seems a little easier, right? And so that's one thing to keep in mind about, whenever something like this pops up on social media. There is obviously a particular context for this exam in the early 20th century. It definitely looks like something you might want someone who's going to go into banking to be able to do. They're going to need to be able to perform calculations. Chances are, although maybe they weren't, obviously they weren't using a calculator or a computer, they probably were using log tables, particularly this first question, which we're going to attempt by hand in just a second. They're probably using log tables to multiply out. We don't have access to log tables, or at least I'm going to pretend we don't. And so we're going to see what we can do if we try and get this done by hand. But, there's a different context for this kind of test. So of course it's going to appear difficult to us. And in the same way that there are plenty of things that would be very easy for us to do today, they'd be basically impossible for someone to do from over 100 years ago. So definitely something you want to keep in mind as you look at tests like this. So here's what I want to try today as we're looking at this entrance exam. Can we get just one question right? Can we get just the first question right on this 1913 entrance exam without the aid of a calculator, without the aid of log tables or anything else? Is there any funny thing going on in this question that our early 20th century math teacher has set up for us? Let's go ahead and find out right now. 4.708 times 0.0092 divided by 141.24. So there are a few things I want to do. Right off the bat, I want to try to eliminate as many decimals as I can. And so that's going to be 4.708 times 0.92 now, all divided by 14124. And then for that matter, I'm just going to use some scientific notation right now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 decimal places. Essentially, this is the same thing as 4,708 times 92, all divided by 14,124 times 10 to the -5th. And so clearly this is going to be a very small number because, well, it just is. It's going to be like somewhere around 1/10,000th, I think, is what this is going to work out to. But there are a few more things we can do. 92, for example, is a multiple of 6, right? 6 times, oh, no, it's not. 92 is 80, 23 times 4. Okay, so this we're going to write down as 23 times 4. 14,124 is also a multiple of 4. It's going to be, what is that? 3, 3531. I'm cheating a little bit, but I am going to bring up the calculator here. 3531 times 4, just to make sure I'm on the right track. Okay, 14,124. Obviously, at this stage, we can say, oh, okay, so those 4s are going to cancel out. What else do I see? 3531 is still divisible by 3, and 4708, ooh, not divisible by 3. 23 also not divisible by 3. So now this is getting a little rougher. 4708 is divisible by 4, so I can now write that as 4 times 1177. Oh, that's interesting. Times 23 over 3531. So what is that? 3 times 117. Oh, 7. Okay, maybe we're not using a log table. Maybe we just have a teacher who wants to see if we can factor. So the 1170, oh my gosh, the 1177s go away, and we end up with, well, that we're back at 92, aren't we? 92 divided by 3 times that 10 to the negative 5th that we moved up earlier. So that's going to be 30666 on and on forever times 10 to the negative 5th. And so now we can count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that should be 0.000030666 on and on forever. Now I want to bring the calculator back and see, did we do that correctly? 4.708 times 0.0092, and then the whole thing is divided by 141.24. Yes, very good. You might be seeing that 10 to the negative 4th and thinking, oh wait, didn't we say 10 to the negative 5th? But remember, we had 30, whereas Desmos has 3, because Desmos is properly doing scientific notation. All right, so there you have it. I feel pretty good about that. We are able to get exactly 1, maybe more with more time, but definitely we were able to get the first question right on this 1913 entrance exam. It is properly called arithmetic, right? That's just some arithmetic, multiplication, division. In this case, we didn't really do any addition or subtraction, but you can certainly imagine on some of those other problems doing addition and subtraction. It is good to be back with you. I hope to record some more of these videos. As always, if there's a particular topic you'd like to take a look at, put it in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. That's right, I'm back to liking and subscribing. And hey, I have a TikTok channel where I'm putting up shorter videos, so check that out. It's all in the description below. I will see y'all next time.